Good morning, dear students. We continue with exercise 1.3. We'll begin the sixth sum. Question number 6. A certain freezing process requires that the room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius every hour. What will be the room temperature after 10 hours? Now it's already given that the present room temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. And every 1 hour, the room temperature has to be decreased by 5 degrees Celsius. And after 10 hours, we have to calculate how much temperature will be decreased. So in 1 hour, if the temperature is decreasing by 5 degrees Celsius, that means the total decrease in temperature after 10 hours will be 10 multiplied by 5, that is 50 degrees Celsius. So total decrease in temperature after 10 hours is 50 degrees Celsius. Present room temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, and in 10 hours, the room temperature decreases by 50 degrees Celsius. So what will be the actual room temperature after 10 hours? The actual room temperature after 10 hours will be present temperature minus decrease in temperature. Present temperature is 40 degrees Celsius and it is being decreased by 50 degrees Celsius. So 40 minus 50, so the new temperature will be minus 10 degrees Celsius. So the actual room temperature after 10 hours will be minus 10 degrees Celsius. The actual room temperature after 10 hours will be minus 10 degrees Celsius. Minus 10 degrees Celsius, minus means the room temperature is below 0 degree. And anything below 0 degrees Celsius is extremely cold. So the room becomes extremely cold. Question number 7. In a class test containing 10 questions, 5 marks are awarded for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are awarded for every incorrect answer. And 0 marks are given for questions not attempted. Question number 7a, the first part of the question. Mohan gets 4 correct answers and 6 incorrect answers. What is his total score? Now Mohan's score from 4 correct answers will be, he has answered 4 questions correctly. So 4 multiplied by 5 marks per question, because 5 marks are given for every correct answer. So 4 questions answered correctly multiplied by 5, 4 into 5, he gets 20. So Mohan's score from 4 correct answers is 20 marks. Now Mohan got 6 questions incorrect. So his score from 6 questions answered incorrectly will be 6 multiplied by minus 2. Now, minus 2 marks are awarded for incorrect answers. For every incorrect answer, minus 2 marks are given. Or we can say 2 marks are deducted. That means 6 questions answered incorrectly multiplied by minus 2. So his marks will be minus 12 for incorrect answers. Or we can say 12 marks are deducted from his total score for answering the questions incorrectly. His score from correct answers is 20 and his score from incorrect answer is minus 12. So Mohan's actual score from all the answers he attempted will be 20 minus 12. So 20 marks are the marks which he earned by answering correctly, and 12 marks are the marks which are deducted for giving the answers incorrectly. So 20 minus 12, 8. So Mohan's actual score from all the answer was 8 marks. The second part of the 7th question, that is question number 7b. Reshma gets 5 correct and 5 incorrect answers. What is her score? Now Reshma got 5 questions correct. So she will get 5 into 5, that is 25 marks. 5 correct questions into 5 marks per question. For answering each question correctly, 5 marks are given. So she answered 5 questions correctly. So 5 into 5, she will get 25 marks for answering 5 questions correctly. But she also answered 5 questions incorrectly. So 2 marks are deducted per question. So if you answer 1 question incorrectly, 2 marks are deducted. Reshma answered 5 questions incorrectly. So 5 into 2, that is 10. But since the marks are deducted, we put the minus sign. So minus 10. 5 into minus 2, that is minus 10. So 10 marks are deducted from her actual score for answering 5 questions incorrectly. So Reshma's actual score will be the total score from correct answers minus the score from incorrect answers. So 25 minus 10 we have to do. 25 minus 10, 15. 15 marks. So Reshma's actual score from all the answers was 15 marks. Question number 7c. Hina gets 2 correct answers and 5 incorrect answers. What is Hina's score? Now Hina got 2 questions correct. That means she'll get 5 marks per question answered correctly. So for 1 question answered correctly, she'll get 5 marks. For answering 2 questions correctly, she will get 2 into 5, that is 10 marks. So Hina will get 10 marks for answering 2 questions correctly. Hina answered 5 questions incorrectly. Her score from 5 incorrect answers will be 5 into minus 2, because 2 marks are deducted for answering any question incorrectly. For answering 1 question incorrectly, 2 marks are deducted. So we write minus 2 here. So 5 questions incorrectly means 5 into minus 2. So that means minus 10. Or we can say 10 marks are deducted from her actual score. So Hina gets 10 marks from answering 2 questions correctly, but also her marks are deducted because she answered 5 questions incorrectly. So 10 marks are also deducted. So her actual score, Hina's actual score from all the answers will be 10 minus 10, that is 0. So Hina's actual score from all the answer was 0. Question number 8. A cement company earns a profit of rupees 8 per bag of white cement sold and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of grey cement sold. If the company is selling 1 bag of white cement, they are getting 8 rupees profit. And if they are selling 1 bag of grey cement, they are making a loss of 5 rupees. So we have to calculate according to this given question. That is question number 8A. The company sells 3,000 bags of white cement and 5,000 bags of grey cement in a month. What is the profit or loss of the company? Now profit earned on selling 3,000 bags of white cement, we have to first calculate. When we are selling 1 bag of white cement, 8 rupees profit is earned. So if you are selling 3,000 bags of white cement, the profit will be 3,000 multiplied by 8, that is 24,000 rupees. The company earns a profit of 24,000 rupees when they are selling 3,000 bags of white cement. Now the company is also selling 5,000 bags of grey cement. Now on selling grey cement bags, they are having a loss of 5 rupees per bag. That means on selling 1 bag of grey cement, they are making a loss of 5 rupees. So if you are selling 5,000 bags of grey cement, the company will make a loss of 5,000 multiplied by 5, that is rupees 25,000. The company is incurring a loss of 25,000 rupees on selling 5,000 bags of grey cement. So the actual profit or the actual earning of the cement company will be the total profit minus the total loss. So they are making a profit of 24,000 on selling bags of white cement, but they are also making a loss of 25,000 on selling bags of grey cement. That means the money which they are earning is also being lost because of the loss. That means they are earning money because of profit. 24,000 rupees they are earning as profit, but they are also having an expenditure because of the loss. That means they are suffering a loss of 25,000 rupees. So their overall earning or actual earning will be 24,000 minus 25,000. That is minus 1,000. So the negative sign shows they are not earning any money. In fact, they are having a loss on doing this business deal. That means if they are selling 3,000 bags of white cement and 5,000 bags of grey cement, they will actually make a loss of 1,000 rupees. The cement company makes a loss of rupees 1,000. Question number 8B. What is the number of bags of white cement it must sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of bags of grey cement sold is 6,400? The company is selling 6,400 bags of grey cement. Now we know that when the company sells grey cement bags, it is having a loss of 5 rupees per bag. So on 1 bag, the company is making a loss of 5 rupees when it sells grey cement. So when 1 bag of grey cement is sold, the company is making a loss of 5 rupees. So the total loss incurred on selling 6,400 bags of grey cement will be 6,400 into 5, 32,000. So the company is incurring a loss of rupees 32,000 when it sells 6,400 bags of grey cement. Now to have neither profit nor loss, the total earning of the company should be 0. That means as much profit they earn, and if the loss is equal to the profit, then there will be no profit, no loss. That means there will be 0 earning. To have neither profit nor loss, the total earning of the company should be 0. That means the total profit minus total loss will be total earning. So total earning has to be 0. Total profit we don't know, but total loss we know. The total loss is 32,000. Total earning is 0. So minus 32,000 we send this side, minus 32,000 will become plus 32,000. 0 plus 32,000, that is 32,000. Total profit is equal to 0 plus 32,000. Total profit is 32,000. So if the company is earning a profit of 32,000 and then the company is also having a loss of 32,000, automatically whatever money they have earned will be lost because of incurring a loss. So total profit minus total loss will be 0. So the total profit should be 32,000, then only their earning will be 0 because they have already incurred a loss of 32,000. We have to find out the number of bags of white cement which the company is selling. Now we know when the company is selling bags of white cement, the companies are earning a profit of 8 rupees per bag. But how many bags they are selling, we have to find out. The total profit we know is 32,000. Total profit is 32,000. If one bag is sold, 8 rupees is earned. That means as many bags they sell, multiply by 8, we get 32,000. So number of bags of white cement we have to calculate using the formula. Number of bags of white cement sold multiply by profit earned per bag of white cement sold. That is 8 rupees. So number of bags of white cement into 8 rupees profit, the total profit will be 32,000. So in order to find out how many bags they are selling, we can just send this multiply 8 that side. Multiply 8, when we transpose on this side, it becomes divide 8. Multiply 8 will become divide 8 when we transpose 8 this side. Or if we send this multiply 8 that side, multiply 8 will become divide 8. 32,000 divided by 8, our answer will be 4,000. So we can say that the company must have sold 4,000 bags of white cement. If the company is selling 4,000 bags of white cement and it is getting 8 rupees profit per bag of white cement, then its total profit will be 32,000. So if the company sells 4,000 bags of white cement and 6,400 bags of grey cement, the company will neither make profit nor loss. This is the answer. Question number 9, blanks. The first question is minus 3 multiplied by dash equal to 27. Now we know 3 is stable. 3 multiplied by 9 will be 27. So in the blanks we have to write 9. But we have also learned the rule for integers that when 2 minus sign are multiplied, our answer will be positive. Here it is positive 27. So minus 3 multiplied by minus 9 will be positive 27. So the required answer in the fill in the blank is minus 9. The next question B, 5 multiplied by dash equal to minus 35. We need minus 35. Now we know 5 is stable. 5 sevens are 35. 5 sevens are 35. So here we have to write 7. But we need minus 35. Now different sign multiplication, the answer will be negative. We have learned the rule for integers. When same sign is multiplied, the answer will be positive, and different sign are multiplied, then the answer will be negative. We need negative 35. So here 5 is positive, so 7 will become negative. Positive 5 multiplied by negative 7, our answer will be minus 35. Plus into minus will be minus. So the required answer is minus 7. The next blank, question number C, dash multiplied by minus 8 is equal to minus 56. Now 8 stable we have to calculate. 8 how many is 56? 8 sevens are 56. 8 sevens are 56. So in the blank we have to write 7. But we also have to decide the sign. Now the answer is having a negative sign, that is minus 56. And 8 is having a negative sign. If both are negative and same sign, that means the answer should become positive 56. But 8 is negative. And when we multiply different sign, one is positive and one is negative. Positive into negative, answer will be negative. So here 7 will be positive. Different sign multiplication, the answer is negative. So 8 is negative. So 7 has to be positive. Different sign multiplication, the answer is negative. Required answer, positive sign. Question number D, 9D, dash multiply by minus 12 is equal to 132. Now 12 stable we have to calculate. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, like that we have to go on calculating. 12 tens are 120. So this is more than 12 tens are. 12 tens are 120. So we'll calculate in the rough column. 12 11s are how much? 12 11s is 132. 12 12s are 144. The required answer is 132. So 12 11s are 132. We can Find out by calculating in the rough column. 12 11s are 132. Now here positive 132 we need. 12 is negative. So 11 also has to be negative because same sign multiplication, answer will be positive. Both are negative and same sign, that means same sign multiplication, the answer will be positive 132. So minus 11 into minus 12, our answer will be positive 132. Here exercise 1.3 gets over and we'll continue the next topic, that is exercise 1.4 in the next session.